Akashwani presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Nishit Kumar. The headlines. Three-day National Conference of Chief Secretaries to conclude in New Delhi today. Tripartite peace accord to be inked between Centre, Assam Government and ULFA today. India to launch 50 satellites in the next 5 years to shore up geo-intelligence gathering, says ISRO Chief S Somanath. Prime Minister to launch several development projects worth over 15,000 crore rupees at Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. And government issues notices to 9 offshore cryptocurrency platforms for non-compliance under Prevention of Money Laundering Act. And now the news in detail. The three-day National Conference of Chief Secretaries will conclude in New Delhi today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired the conference yesterday. This is the third such conference, the first being held in June 2022 in Dharamshala and the second in January this year in Delhi. Driven by the vision of the Prime Minister of putting the principle of cooperative federalism in action, the National Conference of Chief Secretaries is organized to encourage participative governance and partnership between the centre and the state governments. The conference is witnessing participation of more than 200 people, including representatives of the central government, chief secretaries and other senior officials of all states and union territories. The conference is laying the ground for collaborative action to achieve a better quality of life for both rural and urban populations by strengthening the delivery mechanisms of the government interventions. The key focus area of the conference is ease of living and the implementation of a common development agenda in partnership with the states. The National Conference is also laying emphasis on easy access to welfare schemes and quality in service delivery, including 5 sub-themes which are land and property, electricity, drinking water, health and schooling. A tripartite peace accord will be signed between the Centre, Assam Government and the United Liberation Front of Assam ULFA today. It is intended to bring lasting peace in the northeast region. The memorandum of settlement will be signed in the presence of Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Our correspondent has the details.
The much-anticipated peace deal is to end decades-long armed struggle in Assam. The tripartite peace treaty is to be signed today after a day years of negotiations and discussions with the pro-talk ULFA leaders and the government. The peace treaty is likely to have provisions safeguarding the rights of indigenous people of Assam. Top leadership of ULFA and government interlocutors have held a series of discussions on these issues. However, the Paresh Barua faction of the ULFA is yet to join the peace process despite several efforts being made by the Assam government and centre. Joining of Paresh Barua in the peace process is important to bring lasting peace in the region. With Manas Pratim Sarma, Sanjeev Jasrotia, Akashwani News, Guwahati.
Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has said that the paper industry will continue to prosper as the country grows economically. Addressing the 62nd Annual General Meeting of the Federation of Paper Traders Associations in India, FPTA, in New Delhi yesterday, Mr. Goyal said that the recyclable and sustainable nature of paper makes it a vital component of the circular economy. Recognizing the significance of the paper industry, the minister highlighted its integral role as a carrier of knowledge, history, literature, and an essential medium in everyday life. He noted that in the digital era, paper continues to hold a prominent position, offering accessibility and serving multifaceted purposes, including communication, branding, packaging, and much more. Mr. Goyal said that the government is doing more for the world of business and expanding the economy. Underlining the need for competitive quality and service, the minister outlined a strategic pathway for the industry, emphasizing the importance of integrated mills, economies of scale, and fostering innovation. He stressed sustainability as a crucial factor, encouraging the industry to focus on paper manufacturing from recycled materials and ensuring the ecological balance through responsible practices. Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO Chairman S Somanath has said that India is aiming to launch 50 satellites in the next 5 years for geo-intelligence gathering. Speaking at Tech Fest, an annual science and technology event organized by the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. Mr. Somanath yesterday said this will include the creation of a layer of satellites in different orbits with a capacity to track the movement of troops and image thousands of kilometers of area. Mr. Somanath said for realizing India's aspirations to become a strong nation, the current size of its satellite fleet is not enough and it should be 10 times what the country has at present. He also said that it was important to improve the ability of satellites to detect changes, to bring in more of artificial intelligence related and data-driven approach to analyze data, reduce data downloads and get only the necessary information.
Many satellites are getting designed and configured today. We have already configured 50 satellites to be realized in the next 5 years. And this is going to be launched for India for supporting this particular geo-intelligence capability over next 5 years plus. So I'm not going to the technology because they are going to be very, very critical and crucial strategic importance. But then this is going to be one of the important tasks in front of us today to improve the ability of the satellites to detect changes, to bring in more of AI and data-driven approaches to analyze the data that comes from that, reduce the data downloads and get only information what is necessary.
This is Akashwani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Welcome back. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh tomorrow and launch multiple development projects worth over 15,000 crore rupees in the state. In the morning, Mr. Modi will inaugurate the redeveloped Ayodhya railway station named as Ayodhya Dham Junction Railway Station and flag off new Amrit Bharat trains and Vande Bharat trains. He will also dedicate several other railway projects to the nation. In the afternoon, the Prime Minister will inaugurate the newly built Ayodhya airport. Mr. Modi will also participate in a public program where he will inaugurate, dedicate to the nation and lay the foundation stone of multiple development projects worth more than 15,700 crore rupees in the state. These include projects worth about 11,100 crore rupees for development of Ayodhya and its surrounding areas and projects worth about 4,600 crore rupees related to other projects across Uttar Pradesh. The Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra is garnering overwhelming response across the country. Under the Yatra, the information, education and communication vans with the aim to disseminate information about the central government's flagship schemes are traversing through the nook and corner of the country. In Chhattisgarh, the Yatra is reaching various villages and cities. People in large numbers are availing the on-spot services being provided to them as part of the Yatra. Our correspondent has the details.
Various events are being organized in Chhattisgarh under the Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. Awareness is being created about the schemes of the central government by organizing camps in rural and urban areas of the state. Beneficiaries of central schemes are also sharing their views in these camps. Under the Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, cleanliness campaigns were also conducted at many places. Seminars are also being organized in the universities and colleges of the state, in which, through discussions, speeches and other competitions, ideas are being taken from the students about making India a developed nation by the year 2047. Vikalp Shukla, Akashwani News, Raipur.
The Financial Intelligence Unit India, FIUIND, has issued show cause notices to 9 offshore cryptocurrency platforms and virtual digital assets service providers, VDASPs, for not being compliant with the requisite provisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, PMLA. The Finance Minister said FIUIND has also written to the Union Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology to block their web addresses of 9 entities that are operating illegally without complying with the provisions of the PML Act in India. The 9 VDASPs include Binance, KuCoin, Huobi, Kraken, Gate.io, Bittrex, Bitstamp, Mexi Global and Bitfinex. FIUIND is the national agency responsible for receiving, processing, analyzing and disseminating information relating to suspect financial transactions to enforcement agencies and foreign FIUs. The agency is under Finance Ministry. Virtual digital assets service providers were brought into the ambit of anti-money laundering Counter-Financing of Terrorism Framework under the provisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2022 in March 2023. Anish Dayal Singh has been appointed as the Director General of Central Reserve Police Force CRPF. Earlier, he was heading the Indo-Tibetan Border Police. Mr. Singh is a 1988 batch Indian Police Service officer of Manipur cadre. Senior IPS officer Rahul Rasgotra has been appointed as the Director General of Indo-Tibetan Border Police. Mr. Rasgotra is a 1989 batch IPS officer of Manipur cadre. Rahul Rasgotra at present is a Special Director in the Intelligence Bureau IB. Senior IPS officer Neena Singh has been appointed as the Chief of Central Industrial Security for CISF. Neena Singh, 1989 batch IPS officer of Rajasthan cadre, is currently working as Special Director General CISF. Vivek Srivastav, a 1989 batch IPS officer of Gujarat cadre, will be Director General Fire Service, Civil Defence and Home Guards. He has been appointed to the post till the 30th of June 2025, the date of his superannuation. Maharashtra recorded 117 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday, surpassing the 100 mark for the first time in nearly 7 months. Additionally, a death from Nashik was reported, marking the second consecutive day of COVID-related fatalities in the state. Meanwhile, in the meeting of the State COVID Task Force, the Health Minister Tanaji Sawant said that citizens need to be alert and take extra care instead of panicking amid the emergence of the new variant Jane.1, which is not dangerous but has high transmissibility. The India Meteorological Department IMD has predicted that dense to very dense fog conditions will remain across North Indian states for the next 2 days. The weather agency predicted the minimum temperature to hover around 7 to 8 degrees Celsius over the next 5 days. In an advisory for dense fog, the Weather Department has asked drivers to use fog lights and travelers to stay updated on schedules of airlines, railways and state transport. Dense fog today engulfed parts of Delhi NCR region, causing delay and cancellation of several trains at Anand Vihar station today. The air quality in the national capital remained in very poor category, with AQI level stood at 359. Delhi Police has issued a traffic advisory for smooth regulation of traffic in the entire national capital for the 31st of December. According to the advisory, the restrictions have been made for the areas near Connaught Place and will be in place from 8 p.m. on Sunday till the conclusion of New Year celebrations. Vehicular traffic will not be allowed in the inner, middle or outer circle of Connaught Place except for those carrying valid passes. The police has made alternative routes for commuters who are travelling to New Delhi railway station. Routes to Old Delhi railway station, though, will not be affected. A second American being held hostage by Hamas in the Gaza Strip has died. Judy Winston Haggai and her husband, both Israeli Americans, were taken hostage from their community of Kibbutz Nir when Hamas attacked Israel on the 7th of October. The couple is said to have disappeared in the fields surrounding Kibbutz Nir Oz and had not been heard from since. Earlier, Judy Winston Haggai's husband, Gad, who was also being held captive by Palestinian terror group Hamas, has died. Gad was the first American hostage to die amid the war between Israel and Hamas. US President Joe Biden expressed grief over the demise of the couple. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Tanvi Khurana.
Thank you, Nishit. News of huge relief for 8 Indians as Qatar drops death penalty is carried by all major dailies. Centre, Assam Government and ULFA to sign Tripartite deal to rid of state of insurgency today is the front page story in the Asian Age. Putin says Russian ties with India have grown exponentially is the top story in the Tribune. In Punjab and Jammu, fence may be moved closer to border with Pak, says the Indian Express. India tells Pakistan to extradite 2611 mastermind Hafiz Saeed, headlines the Statesman. India records 4 COVID deaths, 702 fresh cases, says a report in the Times of India. No relief likely soon as fog wreaks havoc on air, road and rail transport in the northern plains, says Hindustan Times. And finally, record rally continues in stock markets according to Financial Express. And with that, it's back to you, Nishit.
Thank you, Tanvi. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. 3-day National Conference of Chief Secretaries to conclude in New Delhi today. Tripartite Peace Accord to be inked between Centre, Assam Government and ULFA today. India to launch 50 satellites in the next 5 years to shore up geo-intelligence gathering, says ISRO Chief S Somanath. Prime Minister to launch several development projects worth over 15,000 crore rupees at Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh tomorrow. And government issues notices to 9 offshore cryptocurrency platforms for non-compliance under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.